So yes, I'm on an epic family vacation through Europe, and I find myself in Venice, Italy, reviewing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4. Activision was kind enough to send me a review code for Tony Hawk 3 and 4 for the Nintendo Switch 2, which is perfect because I've been on a lot of trains and we've been in a lot of hotel rooms as we are carting from city to city and being able to play this game in handheld mode only. And so this review is really only about the portable excursion that I've been on with 3 and 4. It has been really fun. It's been perfect because the formula of Tony Hawk, as we all know, is just quick sessions. Jumping in, you get a couple of minutes on a level, you try to do as many tricks as you can, get the points, find all the skate letters, find the missing tapes, and impress some of the other skaters that are at the park that might be watching you. And then you move on. You open up a new area, a new level to cruise around in. And so we're in Rio, we're in Canada, we've got all the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 levels. They've been sliced up, so it's not that sort of open world kind of vibe that we had back in the day, and it's more with the formula that was established with 1 and 2, and it's ridiculously addictive. I mean, that's the thing when you go back to game design from 20 plus years ago, is that you recognize the limitations allowed for another kind of genius. It wasn't about trying to capture us forever with the game designs back then. It was about making the gameplay so tight and so cohesive and so addictive that you didn't want to leave. And you would replay stages over and over again. It was fine-tuning what you could make, because you couldn't just go into an open world space. You couldn't just make Grand Theft Auto Skate Park. Although developers have been trying, and we'll see what the new Skate team does with the new live service game that they're putting together. But back then it was about jumping from level to level, stage to stage, knocking off each of the objectives and unlocking new stuff, and then replaying it and finding better lines and learning how to manual and rail grind and do kick flips and stunts and tricks so that you could constantly evolve your score and get better points in a quicker amount of time and see more of the tricks and the custom boards and the different characters. And Bam Margera is in this game. The Doom guy is in the game as part of the empire that Xbox has been building over the last couple of years. And this is a game about traveling from level to level, knocking off all of the objectives. Like in Canada, you have to impress some other skaters that are watching you pull off your tricks. You got to win a competition in Rio. You're collecting some packages in San Francisco. You gotta restore power to an arcade in the water park. And in suburbia, you gotta chop your way into this mansion so you can do all kinds of tricks and stunts on this new ramp inside of it. Lots of stuff like that. At its core, it's just a marvelous gift to be able to reflect on this perfection. You know, I mean, these games were amazing back in the day. For everybody following along with us as we're premiering these EP Classic episodes, you're watching Tommy and I kind of grapple with these games almost in real time again as Activision and Neversoft and the teams of developers that worked on them back in the day started to deliver them to us in the late 90s and the 2000s. And we were blown away back then. So it's amazing to have something crafted so well. It was Iron Galaxy that put this together this time. It wasn't Vicarious Visions, but they really kept the formula. They changed up some of the soundtracks, so we don't have exactly the same music, but we've got some new tracks from artists that worked on the original soundtracks, which is kind of cool. And then there's a bunch of other music in there. And one of the things that I kind of wish was available with this, Nintendo doesn't have anything like this going with the Switch 2, is being able to customize your own soundtrack so you could kind of get as close to the original as you possibly can. But I think they did a pretty good job at giving us the vibe of what it was like back in the day. Visually, it looks amazing in handheld mode. I've only been playing it in handheld mode. I haven't connected it to a television because I'm on the run, literally on the run. But it looks fantastic. And one of the things that I did is I re-downloaded Tony Hawk's 1 and 2 for the original Nintendo Switch, and I put it on the Switch 2, and it doesn't look great. You can see the rough edges and the aliasing. The fluidity is there, but it is time for Activision and Vicarious Visions or a partner dev to upgrade 1 and 2 so that it looks as sweet as 3 and 4 does in handheld mode. It really is remarkable to see these levels, this production design, this finesse so well crafted. I mean, these are crown jewels, these games, in the gaming pantheon. These are really cherished experiences that developers everywhere around the world and players everywhere around the world didn't want to see be compromised. And I'm really happy to report that they're not. I don't think that 3 and 4 is quite as satisfying as 1 and 2, and I think part of that is because that was the shock, that was the surprise, and you only get one of those. But it is still surprising that they kept going, you know? So that speaks to the ongoing adoration that this franchise has, and also the success of 1 and 2. And who knows if we keep going. It would be great if Tony Hawk had the cachet and the partnership with Xbox and Activision and you know, all the bean counters and decision makers there to keep going and deliver us some new Tony Hawk experiences. There are some new levels that Iron Galaxy put into this game, which is pretty damn cool. I love it. I think it's a never delete type experience on the Switch 2. I haven't seen it on the television screen yet. I actually have checked out Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 on the Nintendo Switch 2 on the big screen. Now I'm back home. I had a fantastic vacation. I'm a little bit jet lagged, but I have started editing. I've started to stream a little bit, and I have played this game on my Switch 2 connected to the TV, and it looks pretty damn good. But the thing that I also did is tried out 3+4 on Xbox Series X through Game Pass, because it's available as part of the Game Pass program, and it looks pretty damn impressive on the Series X. It looks noticeably better on the Xbox Series X on the big screen than it does on the Switch 2. But the thing that the Switch 2 version of the game has in its favor is that you can take it anywhere, of course, which I was very happy to do as I was traveling around. I also did check out the Switch 1 version of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2 on the big screen, and yeah, the Switch 2 crushes it. Definitely my fingers are crossed that Activision goes back and upgrades Tony Hawk's 1 and 2 for Nintendo Switch 2. There's a lot of 2s and 1s and stuff in that dissection. So suffice to say that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 is an excellent pickup for Nintendo Switch 2. I'm going to give my overall impression on the game. Whether you pick it up for Switch 2 or you pick it up for Xbox, I haven't played the PlayStation 5 version. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's great on PC as well. This game is great. Maybe not quite as great as Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2 turned out to be, but still irrefutably enjoyable. I'm going to give 3+4 an 8.5 out of 10.